Hey!
Oh,
It's time for another Third Party Observers podcast, episode 47.
47.
I thought we had talked about not going in so aggressive.
No, I've got some new
Screw it.
new headset thingy, and I can't really hear. So
Is
any
marriage is making you really
feedback that
stressed?
came through, I didn't hear a single word of it. So it's podcast tiempo, as
Yeah.
they say in Costa Rica. So glad to have you
What
here.
an intro.
Yeah. We're just, we got to pilot some new things, prototype it, get it out.
It's an
hear some
ever-evolving
feedback.
process.
Well, we got some feedback that people were tired of being welcomed into the podcast because they just feel too welcome. So
That's us.
um,
We're so welcoming. That
yeah. So just trying to really amp it up a little bit, make people feel a little bit on edge.
Well,
as
you
they-
did that.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be the first time that someone's been like, "You guys are too nice, too welcoming."
Yeah.
That's not really a thing that people would say about.
Well, listen, we are about to change that. So buckle up because it's time for another episode of Third Party Observers. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy the show, you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and you can follow us on social media: Twitter @PartyObservers, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Third Party Observers. And as always, we've got a sponsor for today's show. If you're on YouTube, you can see that sponsor, and they are Rubik's Cube, the 3D combination puzzle. It's been challenging colorblind kids since 1974. So,
You're not wrong.
so thank you, Rubik's Cube, for sponsoring today's
they're
podcast.
probably just like, why do people think this puzzle is so hard? I solved it so fast.
So fast. It's always
Yeah.
solved.
I mean, it's really hard to differentiate the shades of gray. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, my.
Well, how are you guys doing?
Oh,
I'm feeling pretty good.
yeah.
Feels like a while since we've been able to record. We had to get a lot of episodes recorded
All at
because, I had the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out, YouTube. Married man now.
Yeah.
Taken.
Quit
Sorry,
slide-
ladies.
Quit sliding in these DMs, Producer Amy, sorry you had to hear about that.
There's a reason
Yeah.
she doesn't have access to our social media.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, despite many attempts to
Yeah.
To give it
her
to
to be our social media manager,
Lord knows we need help.
it would have caused a lot of trouble. But yeah, so got married. That was a pretty good time. Hope you guys enjoyed the wedding. If you didn't, please don't tell me. And then we went to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
And that brings me to my observation of the week, which is that Costa Rica's got a problem.
What problem?
They are overrun with monkeys.
I mean, did you not know about them being there
Listen,
before you left?
I knew they had monkeys. That was one of my fears of going to Costa Rica. Is I knew that monkeys were prevalent. And
What is
the
it
other-
that you
the
fear
other-
so much about monkeys?
Do you think they're gonna throw their feces at you?
the other thing
Because then you just throw it back.
is
Maybe not theirs, maybe yours. Who knows?
I just had in my head that some morning I was going to wake up.
Yeah.
And there, maybe at night we accidentally left the balcony door open. I didn't know what kind of, what our living conditions were going to be in. Maybe it was hot in our room and we needed a breeze. I don't know. Anyway, leaving the door open, and I was going to wake up to a monkey perched on the end of my bed, and
Yeah.
then it was going to rip my face off. I mean,
That would be unfortunate.
Unfortunately, we're not able to record a podcast during the whole Texas pole assassin
Yeah.
monkey biting the kid's face off debacle, but that was my fear, is
Yeah.
that I was going to wake up, there was going to be a monkey perched at the end of my bed, and that was going to be the end of my life.
Short marriage.
Yeah. So that was my fear, but I was like, I can be brave, I can overcome that, and I did. Except, you know what happened? Well,
a monkey ripped your face off.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
face.
So
Plastic surgery.
the second
Oh, you know
place,
what should have been really funny? Sorry. If you would have started the podcast with a mask on.
Surprise!
Because acting like it did rip your face off for all the YouTube audience. It would have been funny.
Well, it's too late now. No, so Costa Rica, we stayed at 2 different places. The second place that we stayed at was on the Pacific side, and so it was like right on the coast. And there were more monkeys prevalent around. Specifically, capuchin monkeys, which are the little white-faced monkeys.
The ones from France.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
The ones that are notably aggressive and
That will rip your face off.
and
Not great pets.
Not afraid of you. Like they're like. I mean, it doesn't help that they're probably used to humans. We were in resorts and things like that. So
Was it Marcel the monkey? Was that the type of monkey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anyway, so on our balcony of this place that we're at, we've got, I don't know, it's probably 20 foot long. And on one side, there's like this little day bed, and on this other side, there is a hot tub. And then there's like a palm tree that, site, and then you can see the ocean. But then there's other buildings next to it, so like there's roofs and things like that. Anyway, every damn morning, monkeys are on the roof about 5 a.m. every morning. Monkeys are on our roof on their route to breakfast, which I can't fault them. I love a good breakfast. But every morning it was jumping out on our roof. They go get their breakfast. They jump back on the roof, have a little monkey time, be monkeying around up on the roof, causing a ruckus. And that's the capuchins. Not to mention the howler monkeys up in the trees.
Oh, and those things are big, too. Yeah.
That's the sound that they make, which is not what I expected a howler monkey to sound like.
What'd you expect them to sound like?
Like a monkey.
Like a howl.
Maybe
like a coyote howl?
Not like a demon.
Demon spawn.
Haunting
straight from hell.
Yeah. So, anyway, that was one thing. But, so the monkeys would get on a roof, and then they would drop down onto our balcony and like run along this little pole and then jump into this palm tree because there's palm fruits. Yeah. That's their breakfast. And then they would jump off the palm tree onto this roof and, go into the rainforest, whatever. And then about 2:30, 3 o'clock, they'd come back and repeat the process or reverse the process, I guess, and go to bed. Well, one day we got back. We went and viewed a national park. Came back, wanted to just chill at our room, and get in the hot tub. And we're sitting there. We've got wine. We had ordered a bucket of wine from a bottle of wine. It was in a bucket.
A bucket of wine.
How
5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, we poured wine, had it out in the hot tub, and Amy had to run inside to get something.
Yeah.
I have an umbrella out there because I need something to fight off the monkeys. And
I feel like this is like kind of Wizard of Oz type of thing, where you're Dorothy.
Just in case the monkeys come, because again, I don't trust them.
Yeah.
They're little creatures. They've got hands. They're feisty. They're aggressive. And so anyway, Amy's at the balcony door. And in Amy's sweet little soft voice, she's like, Austin, there's a monkey coming. As if it's not an emergency. And so, I lean up in the hot tub, and sure enough, there's this monkey just coming along the roof, headed right at me.
As they do.
Okay.
And, Amy, you might want to get your umbrella. And so I grab the umbrella, and about the time I grab the umbrella, I look up. The monkey is literally on the edge of the hot tub.
Yeah.
Staring at me.
He just wanted to be your friend.
He was curious about something. I think he wanted the wine.
Yeah, monkeys are alcoholics.
But, so anyway,
Well-known fact.
I'm waving this umbrella at it.
Yeah.
And,
Wait. Like, what do you mean waving? You did this motion. You just like go away?
I mean, like I've got the umbrella, and I'm just like, hey,
Like poking at him.
But no, I'm not poking him. I'm not trying to hit him.
Provoke
Then he's
the
gonna
monkey.
get angry. And I mean, I'm bigger than this monkey, but I like his chances as me in a hot tub.
You didn't use the umbrella as a baseball bat.
No.
Mistake number one.
Yeah.
Anyway, this monkey, it jumps away, gets in the palm tree, goes up, and then goes across the roof, peeks over. And so then I start shuffling things inside, but I've got to have one hand on the umbrella.
Yeah.
In case another monkey comes, or the same monkey tries to attack me. And so one at a time, I'm bringing in a glass of wine, bucket of wine to Amy, and Amy is sliding open the glass door, taking it, closing the glass door again. And then another monkey comes.
It's just a party.
It's just a party, 2 monkeys. And so then I'm having to, again, fight this other monkey. And it put me on edge the whole rest of the trip at this place because I never knew when a monkey was going to just show up.
Did you keep the umbrella with you at all times?
And anytime I was outside, I had an umbrella.
You're like Indigo Montoya from Princess Bride.
Yeah.
With the sword.
Moral of the story is I learned that I have a fear of monkeys on this trip and really a fear of most wildlife.
Yeah, you have some strange fears. Monkeys, wildlife,
Birds.
the beach, the ocean. Birds.
Birds, man. The other thing about Costa Rica is being a rainforest,
It rains.
my only exposure to rainforest was the zoo, where they have the little rainforest exhibit.
Did it adequately prepare you?
It
prepare
sure
you for the
didn't,
rainforest?
because the zoo rainforest exhibit is way more terrifying than the actual rainforest. Because
So it over prepared you. Struck
uh,
some fear into your
the
soul.
zoo, you walk in that door. First, you're met with 100 degrees and 100% humidity because that's how they keep it.
Ugh.
And then you've got birds flying all the way around. You've got some little monkeys that aren't capuchins, but other monkeys just walking around. I hated it. Hated the zoo exhibit, but the real rainforest is nice, except for the howler monkeys and the capuchin monkeys
And the other wildlife.
and the iguana that tried to steal my food.
So really, I mean, if it could just be like not a rainforest, it sounds
Right.
like it's perfect.
If they could figure out how to remove the animals, then I think I'd be good with it.
Okay.
So, but today's show, we are doing an interview with a guest.
Ooh.
We have a special guest. His name is Brent. Welcome to the show, Brent. Brent is making his way to the table. Brent is friends with John, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
So, when I messed, well, we're glad to have you on, but I did mess this up because I thought next week was Veterans Day.
So
Obviously.
we're a week delayed.
We're a week delayed.
That's
but,
okay.
You know,
You can celebrate anytime.
yeah, you can celebrate it
Every day's
anytime.
Veterans Day.
So, but
And
thanks for being on.
Brent is in the military.
Yeah,
so
Yes.
that is
That
the
is-
connection.
that is
the reason
that
for
is-
this.
Day.
That is the
And Brent being a guest on the podcast.
yeah.
So, Brent, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So you met John working at Falls Creek, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I think I'm fun.
Describe your initial your interactions with John, your initial thoughts about who he is as a person.
What was your first reaction of John?
Well, one of my first memories is of him giving me a romper that he got.
Yeah.
A romper?
Yeah.
And then I wore it that whole day.
Yeah.
Is that like the full overalls and like little cutoff
Yeah.
shorts?
Yeah, they were short.
Nice.
And they were they sized for John?
No, it was too
Yeah,
small
they
for
were too
me.
small, so that's
Oh.
why I gave them to me.
Oh my god, you're
And
like
you wore
a
'em all
whole
day?
foot taller than John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm bigger. I'm a big boy.
Okay.
They were too tight in the thigh area for a Christian camp.
Oh my! Why did you buy a romper in the first place?
Good sale, man.
You'd buy anything on a good sale, huh?
Listen, I was like, this seems fun. It was like $10,
This seems
Great.
fun.
so why not?
Oh my goodness!
So Brent, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're in the military. You're a student.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
I'm a 6-year student at the Oklahoma State University.
Nice.
That's right.
Pokes.
Go Pokes.
Yeah, I have been in the Oklahoma National Guard for about that same time too.
Cool.
I hit 6 years in March.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have been around quite a few places.
Yeah?
Because of the military.
No.
Well, so that leads us into our first question, which is, if you've been deployed to the desert, the capital, to Louisiana. What's been the best? What's been the craziest? What's been the worst?
So the best is actually Louisiana.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, I went there for Hurricane Ida this
Uh-huh.
past August, and
It's great that time of year.
it is honestly. The people were so nice. I got so much good food.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
We were actually stationed outside of the Louisiana State University track and field site, which was a temporary field hospital. And
Oh,
we just
cool.
guarded that for a week.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Some people that we met there gave us football tickets, so I went to
Oh, awesome.
the LSU McNeese State game.
Uh-huh.
It was the chillest thing I've ever done with the National Guard, so it is by far the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
The craziest would probably have to be Afghanistan
Mhm.
for,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Just because I was there for a year,
Mhm.
so
Right.
something crazy is about to happen. At least
Yeah.
Right.
once.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the worst is actually not on that list. I would probably say.
Okay.
What?
I,
Yeah,
I,
you
I
know.
would
Yeah.
say the worst is this past summer we went to NTC, the National Training Command at Fort Irwin, California.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've ever been to California in July, but it is not fun. we had the worst heat. We had freak thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Almost fought hypothermia because of that.
Dang,
We had
what?
Wow.
the worst
That's
of the
crazy.
worst.
It's like extremes on both sides.
Yeah, people were falling out for sunstroke and
Wow.
all sorts of
So
stuff.
was it hotter than Afghanistan?
Yeah, Afghanistan isn't that hot.
Really?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the weather? What's the climate like there?
Well,
like really dry, right?
So I was in Kabul, the capital city.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
you're kind of you're in the valley surrounded by these high mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it gets really cold in the winter. It snowed quite a few times on us. Snowed more than it did rain.
What's the monkey situation like in Afghanistan?
I didn't see any of those, but the equivalent pest, I guess, would be the camel spider.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen those. Those things are huge.
Massive.
Those things are mean.
Yeah, one time we were at Bagram Air Force Base
Yeah.
for basic leadership course,
Uh-huh.
and we were taking indirect fire, so your artillery, your mortars, stuff like that. When the indirect fire alarm went off, we ran towards the IDF bunker, as we do every night. But as a few guys went in, like 20 camel spiders came out the other side.
Oh,
my
no.
gosh,
Oh my
no, no.
gosh.
So then we all just
Jeez.
decided, how do we want to die?
Yeah.
By the Taliban or by those people?
Yeah.
By those things.
Those giant spiders.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
gosh. I
gosh.
just Googled what that spider was.
Yeah,
and that
they're-
was, first of all, mistake.
yeah. It
Uh,
looks terrifying.
Golly.
And I guess they're super poisonous, or are
I
they?
don't know. I didn't get close enough to find out.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I stay
Spiders
away.
are awful.
Is,
That's hilarious.
You're probably not allowed to discharge your firearm for a camel spider, are you?
I think it'd be understandable.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't know why I'm out of ammo.
Not to steal this back, but I looked at an image and it compared a camel spider to a tarantula, and it made me realize that in Costa Rica we actually saw a tarantula hawk, one of the like big wasps that like kill, and they call them murder hornets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is
Those
that
things.
right?
Yeah, those things they're like
Yeah,
this big.
They're
aren't
that
they?
big,
Ooh.
and so could have done without seeing that. But anyway, just had to bring that up because bugs, creatures. I don't know. They're all bad.
All bad.
All bad. Okay. So when you've been deployed out, has anyone ever bought you a drink or food or anything while you're in uniform?
Yeah, so it happens quite a bit, especially if I travel within the states.
Mhm.
Okay.
I went to Air Assault School at Fort Benning, Georgia, and in the airport on the way back, someone offered to buy me a drink at wherever I was inside the terminal. But if you're in uniform, you're not allowed to take
Take anything?
at least an alcoholic drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
People buy like fast food if I'm on a drill weekend or something all the time. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm not allowed to take the fun stuff.
Dang.
Okay.
That's too bad.
That kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
but unfortunate.
So what is? I mean, there's the different branches of the military. So, what is the role of the National Guard?
So within the Army, there are three components: active, reserve, and the National Guard. The reserve is very much logistical for the active component, and the National Guard is essentially its own entity. What separates the Guard from the reserve is that the National Guard has combat arms MOSs. So your infantrymen, your combat medics, your people who are on the front lines. The reserves do not. And I am an infantryman, so that's why I joined the Guard, not active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So will you be an officer when you graduate college?
No, I did ROTC for a semester and
Yeah.
realized it was the worst thing.
Really? Why was it so bad?
Yeah.
I am a non-commissioned officer.
Yeah.
I'm a sergeant, and I enjoy that side of the military.
Is it just like too much paperwork, or like do you just?
No, it's just not as personal with the guys. As a sergeant, I'm sleeping, I'm eating like around these guys all the time. I'm in the suck, so to speak. So
Yeah.
as an officer,
Alongside them.
I would lose that,
Yeah.
and I don't want to.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Interesting. So, go ahead.
How much long? Like, are you planning to like do your 20, or no, do you even know?
I sure hope not.
Okay.
I did not think I was going to re-enlist, but I did. I just re-enlisted 2 more years. They promised me some cool guy schools like Ranger and Mountain Warfare, and
Cool.
I want to do those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to do that in my first 6-year contract, so we'll just go and
Yeah.
as long as it takes for me to do that. But
Yeah.
hopefully not 20.
What was that second one you mentioned? You said Ranger and
Mountain Warfare.
what's that?
So that's in Jericho, Vermont, and I will be going in January, so deep in the winter, and you just do it's basic military mountaineering, but you climb, you do ice climbing,
Yeah.
glacier climbing, rappelling. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
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 No, that sounds cool.
So, the three of us play a lot of Call of Duty, and we want to know: one, do you play Call of Duty, and two, how unrealistic is that video game? Aside from the obvious.
So I don't really game that much myself. We gamed quite a bit in Afghanistan, actually.
Yeah.
That's what your taxpayer dollars goes for.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
Nice.
Yeah, when we weren't on mission, we would come back, play video games, watch movies, or stay up late enough to talk to people back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is not accurate at
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
all. Honestly, it's kind of infuriating sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching someone play the new Call of Duty
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Yeah.
And just some of the things that they make those people say and just really makes me mad.
Yeah.
We would never say that. We would never do that.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example or no?
I think I blocked it from my memory.
So you're telling me that a 360 no scope isn't something that is pretty common, or not part of your training? You've never had to do a ladder stall and anything like that?
No, anytime I've worked with snipers, we've sat in the same position
For hours.
hours at a time.
Yeah.
So the thing that I think is the biggest difference is the waiting game. People do not want to wait in a game, so
Yeah.
they try to make it as fast paced as possible.
Right.
But in the military, you're sitting there for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest difference. I would love to see someone do a realistic Call of Duty and just sit there in front of the computer and not do anything. But
That'd be
The
awesome.
next 12 hours, you just sit there and do nothing.
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think a very accurate military video game would be fun, just for veterans to show all their
Yeah.
civilian friends about how it's really like.
This is what we did.
Yeah, like, all right,
We sat
command
in
tells
the
us to
ditches.
get here at 7 in the morning, so we're going to get here at 6, not
Yeah.
to start till 9.
Dang. Oh my gosh.
Man.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Fun game.
Yeah.
So what
That's
games
funny.
do you guys play when you're?
So I was deployed from 2017 to 2018, which was the height of Fortnite.
Oh.
So we played a lot of Fortnite.
Yeah.
And I actually have a pretty fun story about that. One day we were just in our little tiny room. It's about 3/4 of this room. It was small, and we had 3 or 4 people in there. But after mission, we came back. We played Fortnite like we always did. Me and my roommate had a pretty big competition about how many dubs we would get throughout the course of the deployment. And all things normal. I was in 3rd Platoon, and Bravo section. Alpha section was out on mission. And then all of a sudden, my team leader barged in the room and said, Alpha section ran over a child. People were rioting. Get your stuff on.
Dang.
They didn't do it on purpose.
This does not sound like a fun story.
They don't really pay attention to anything over there, especially traffic laws.
Yeah.
The vehicle that we drove is a big, like 30-ton Max Pro.
Okay.
And those things do not stop on a dime.
Yeah.
And this
Right.
kid was just unlucky. I mean, he survived, and he got everything paid for by the government after, so it's not that unlucky. But
Yeah.
anyways, team leader came in, said for me to get my kid on because they were coming back, and there was a lot of people mad. So I just hid in a bush, put my controller down, and got my body armor on, my helmet.
Yeah.
Got my M9 pistol on my hip and gloves, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was ready to go, and I said, "What are we doing?" And he says, "Sit tight." So I figured, well, I'm just going to finish this game. I was in a bush. The circles closed pretty. I mean, they were my favorite. There was only like 6 people left or something like
Yeah.
that. So I just sat down, put my M4 in between my legs, and just finished playing. A couple people started killing more, so then it was like final 3.
Yeah.
And the last 2 were right in front of me building. He killed one, but the guy who won that battle was his back was turned towards me, so I just killed him and won. And I really wish that you could see the actual camera of the person that killed you, because this 10-year-old boy or something would be cursing out the screen and then seeing this guy in full battle rattle.
With an M4 between his legs and a pistol on his hip.
The thought is like, man, this guy takes Fortnite serious.
He's not joking around.
The cosplay on this guy is so real.
I mean, you got to dress for success, right?
Well, some people did that. I would walk by rooms and see people in like PTs, but with their body armor on, while playing Call of Duty. I guess if you have it, do it.
That's awesome.
That is funny. Well, you're in school, right? So, what are you studying?
History.
History. Okay, and what you're telling us before that you want to go in the National Park Service?
Yeah, that's
right?
correct.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, what do you... Because you don't want to be a ranger because of the dumb hats. But, like... So, what other jobs are there in the national park?
Well, I really want a job that affords me to travel because I love to travel.
Right.
And I would swallow my pride and wear the hat if that's what it meant. But I'm hoping I can do something else in, like, preservation.
Okay.
Without having to wear the hat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, being in college, I know your college experience has probably, been different than most. I'd say probably all of us have different college experiences than most people. But today we are drafting the best things about college. So, I mean, I know I think all 4 of us, we ended up the 3 of us ended up transferring up to OSU. We didn't start
we
here,
didn't start
so
there,
we didn't get the full 4-year experience at OSU. But I think we still did a pretty good job, and I think we probably are going to crush this draft if I were to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brent, you know how our drafts work, so you've got the first pick. What do you think is the best thing about college?
I think the people.
Okay.
The
Cool.
people. That's as general as specific as you want to be.
Well, I live in a house with 11 guys.
Okay.
And
That's a lot.
I
is a
absolutely
lot.
love it. I love being able to come back and know that there's always someone there.
Yeah.
Always a conversation to be had.
Yeah.
And I've been in Stillwater for 6 going on 7 years now. So just the community that you can make here is really cool.
Well, it's
Yeah.
definitely unique when you're in college, the types of people you get to hang out with,
Yeah.
the amount of time that you get to spend if you're roommates, especially with 11 other guys. You're going to be really close with those other guys. and it's a different type of relationship or friendship with somebody than you can have afterwards, because after you graduate, most of the time, like you go off, you live by yourself, you get married, you're not going to be in that close knit of a group again. So it was really cool to be able to have those types of friendships for sure. That's cool.
Yeah. So for me, college is the moment when you finally break out of the nest, you break free from home. It's your first chance at being independent.
Nice.
Sometimes you fall flat on your face, but other times you're like, wow, I just paid my own car insurance, like things like that. So I think one of the best things about college is becoming independent. It is a struggle, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So being independent, that's what I'm going with.
Okay, that's definitely on the list. I'm surprised this one made it to me, but I'm gonna go with college sports. It's a blast. Going to football games, basketball games,
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So the game day experience.
Game day experience.
Yeah. Yeah. That was high on my list. There's nothing better than waking up on Saturday and just waiting the whole day for like a college football game.
Yeah.
Or something. Just, going to different friends' houses, cookouts, tailgating, parties, drinking lots of beer.
Yeah. No, I had like cheap football tickets, just because it's so much easier as a student. You can pay like $250 and get season pass to football. Oh, all sports pass at OSU anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just awesome to be able to have access to that. Speaking of tailgating, this is going a little bit different direction, but when I was in college, like I could eat whatever the heck I wanted.
Yep.
My metabolism was so much higher when I was in college, and after I graduated, and part of that was the job that I was working was a little bit more physical. Now I have a desk job, but I ate. It didn't matter. I could eat whatever I wanted, and it was great.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to worry about gaining weight. It was fan-friggin-tastic.
So eating shit is what I wrote.
Yes, yes. Pizzas all the
No.
time.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
The diet of a college student.
Oh, it's awful, but it's great.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's also not long of a period of time that you can take advantage of that, and let me tell you, I did, and it was great. I was going to see if I might be able to use this one, even though you said the people. I was thinking just how easy it is to like make new friends, so that might be the same thing.
Is it the same thing? I don't think it is the same thing.
We'll let it go. So meeting new people.
Yeah, it's like you're just constantly around people you don't know. You can build new relationships. It's really easy to meet them, sit down, have a drink or whatever.
Especially, for you, because you like to talk a lot. Like, whenever we go on trips, you're usually the one that's not sitting with Austin or me.
Yeah.
And, I swear to God, every time he's on a plane, he's talking to the person next to him the whole plane ride.
Yeah. That other
well,
person's
not the whole
miserable.
plane ride.
And the other person's just looking and just like, you
No,
see
most
him
of the time.
dying inside.
Most of the time, I have like Netflix downloaded on my iPad, and I'm just like headphones in on airplanes anyway. But
Listen,
I don't have a problem talking to people.
Not whenever we look at you, Austin and I just look and we're just like, oh, that poor guy.
Yeah. No. If you're in
I'm not ashamed.
If you're in college, cherish the friends that you're making because you'll never meet new people again.
Yeah.
Never ever.
After
again.
you escape college, it's just like
Because you don't really want to hang out with your work friends that much. Like,
No.
you see them at work.
you gotta have that balance.
Exactly.
But then it's like, where do you go and meet people?
We don't know.
And then especially during a pandemic, it's like
Well, the pandemic, and especially when you try to meet, like if you're trying to meet a lady friend, get a girlfriend, that makes it really hard.
Sure does.
Yeah.
John,
Was it me again?
it's you again.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with study abroad opportunities.
Did you study abroad?
I did not. But I feel like it's a cool part of college. Like, when else do you get to go? I tried to go study abroad.
Where'd
but
you try to go?
Switzerland. But the school over there.
Got to get in with the Swiss banks.
Exactly.
All your extra money.
Yeah, for all the shady stuff I do.
Yeah, yeah.
The school over there was like really, really slow about getting me paperwork back. And so I wasn't able to get a visa in time. And it was kind of frustrating, but it worked out.
Yeah, I really wanted to, but my advisor would always be like, "There's no way that you can fit this in your schedule and still graduate on time." And I was like, "God, you never let me have any fun."
Yeah.
Just take an extra semester.
No,
Yeah, I didn't want to either.
Yeah, no, study abroad was high on my list. So I'm going to go with intramural leagues. I'm not the most athletic, but thank God for intramural leagues because they allow you to choose the league that fits your skill set.
Yeah.
But playing indoor court volleyball and sand volleyball and flag football and those things, that was a blast. And so anytime you could get some of your friends and your classmates together and see if you could beat the shit out of somebody else.
Did you play
College, man.
intramurals at OSU or just
Yeah.
Rose?
Yeah, I did it both. At OSU, I did basketball and indoor volleyball. I think we tried sand volleyball, but OSU's intramural sand volleyball schedule is atrocious because you start in like March, I think,
Okay.
Still
when
pretty
it's
chilly.
still too cold
Yeah.
to play. And so I remember several times where you still got that strong north wind and the sand is like 50
Freezing.
degrees.
Yeah.
So it was pretty miserable. Brent, you do any intramurals?
Yeah, I did flag football until I tore my hamstring doing
Oh,
it.
dang.
Hamstrings, man.
Yeah,
They
Go
get you every
hard.
time.
I can't live with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Brent, it's your pick.
This is very OSU specific, but I love the Colvin Center. It is the
Hmm.
nicest
Oh.
gym I
Yeah,
will ever
it
have
is
a
really
membership
nice.
to.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I used to work out when I was at OSU, but then I enjoyed the one behind it. What is that one
The
called?
Sarantine?
The
Sarantine Center.
Yeah.
Because
it's
nobody
less-
was ever there.
No one was ever there.
Yeah.
It was great. I actually met one of the football players, Tyler Johnson. He's like a defensive end there. He was super cool. He was also like 30, but he was super cool. And we worked out together a few times.
Nice.
Obviously, he worked out way more than
Yeah.
me, but he just got tired of the OSU.
Did he just bench press you?
Yeah, something like that. He's like, "You got any more people your size? Just stack them on top."
Put one on each arm.
Yeah.
He just had you hold out your hook and added weight. to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, he was super cool. But yeah, that goes along with the meeting new people.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Brent, you got another pick.
The freedom that college students have.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Like your
yes.
schedule.
Yeah, like you can go
Dang,
to
that was
class
going to be my next pick.
or you cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever skip, did you guys ever skip classes for certain things? Like, yeah, I just don't want to. Like for me, whenever I don't really like golf, but whenever the Masters rolled around, didn't matter. I was skipping class.
I did I had a professor that did the math on it and told me how much I was paying for each individual class, and it was something crazy like $150 per class.
Uh-huh.
So after that, I didn't skip near as much.
Okay.
But
Or if it was a nice, day, I
Yeah.
would skip.
yeah, every once in a while there'd be reasons. There's one class where I went to, and they would take students and the guest speaker every week to get food afterwards, and they'd pay for it.
Oh, nice.
And unfortunately, I had another class after that, but that's probably the class I skipped the most because I was like, shoot, free food. I got to talk to this guy for a little while.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, well, Stan, you brought up free food, and that is going to be my my pick because,
Yeah.
college, you're on a budget,
Uh-huh.
and anytime you can find a place that's serving up free food to college students,
Oh,
you
my
are
gosh.
there.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Shout out, was it Countryside?
Yeah.
Or whatever, that during finals
Oh,
week.
finals week.
Had like
here
the
at
pancake
OSU,
dinner.
yeah.
They have food every night.
Every night you could go get dinner.
and they're
then-
open till like super late.
Two or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then every on-campus ministry, like you could plan out, Mondays the Baptists are serving lunch, Tuesdays the Catholics.
Yeah.
Every student ministry group had a day of the week
Yeah.
that you could go and, eat lunch while, people
And,
were.
the Baptists were the worst one. They always serve pizza. Like,
Yeah.
give me something better
Yeah.
than. I want something more than pizza.
Pizza is
Beggars
the-
can't be
the
choosers,
cheap
John.
option.
Well, I mean, I'd still eat it, but
Yeah.
the other places would like have different options that
Yeah.
are not pizza.
Like pancakes.
Yeah.
I like pancakes.
Oh,
They
is it my
are
pick?
Delicious.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I'm gonna go with parties. You can get as wild as you want if you want to. Let me tell you, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
For the first couple years of college, I did go crazy, but that is a
Story
I'm-
for a different
It's a
time.
different, it's a different John.
It's a different John. Yeah,
You
can't.
turned over a new leaf.
Yeah, my body cannot do that anymore. I don't think it could do it then, but I just didn't care.
You suffered the
I just
consequences.
suffered the consequences and worked my way through it. And now I'm just like, ugh.
Oh, that's funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever go to any like parties?
Like house
you
parties?
Said you did, but like at OSU, did you guys ever go to?
I didn't go to like parties. I would go to like after the bars closed every once in a while. I go to someone's house afterwards. But I mean, is that a party?
Brent? Yeah. See, Hollywood has set us up with these expectations that there's all these wild house
unrealistic.
parties. Now, maybe if you're in a fraternity or in Greek life,
I bet
maybe
they get crazy.
you're in that. But I don't think any of us were.
No.
Are you? You said you live in a house with 11 guys. That could be
Yeah.
a fraternity. It could not. I don't know.
Some days.
Yeah.
Some days.
But yeah, no, I never even saw that of just like wild house parties
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
I lived in Aspen Heights, and I was around some of those for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Could hear them going on.
I bet that
Yeah.
got obnoxious.
Yeah, no, I got it all out of my system before I got to OSU.
See, I just started when I got to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I hit my drinking phase.
That's when you rediscovered whiskey.
Rocky Top.
That was so funny when that song came on at your wedding.
Oh,
You're just like,
got the
come
whole-
jumping out.
I got the whole crowd involved.
That was great. So kind of along the same lines as John, my next one is my alcohol tolerance in college was way higher than it is now. I can have like a couple drinks and I'll be hungover the next morning. It's like, how does it, I could drink so much and hardly even get hangovers when I was in college.
And
And
now,
now it's like, and they're so much worse.
Well,
too.
you're out of practice.
I guess. Yeah. I just need to
You're-
drink more.
yeah, you're not drinking every night.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I ran out. So yeah, that was an adjustment to make. The first time I drank like a little bit more than usual after college, and like an appropriate amount
it
of
True
time had
American?
passed. Probably, and I just had a
that'll mess you up.
killer of a hangover afterwards.
Yeah.
Man, not fun. Just got to hydrate,
Yeah.
drink lots of water.
Not for the light of heart, True American.
No, it's not. It's not. And then for my final pick, man, I didn't have to sleep in college. I hardly slept at all. Like I kind of had to because I had a terrible job. But if I slept the same amount now that I did in college, I would be like a walking zombie all the time. But I could get away with so much less sleep. And I mean, I had like 2 or 3 jobs sometimes at different points in college, so I kind of had to. But like if I had that much extra time, I feel like I'd have so much more time to like do stuff, get stuff done.
So are you drafting no sleep?
Less. I don't need as much sleep.
So less sleep?
Less sleep.
Okay.
Low sleep tolerance.
I'd put less sleep on the thing. I don't know.
Weird, great thing about college.
Yeah, okay.
I slept a lot less.
It's pretty low on my list. I was running out of stuff.
Oh, I've still got so many things
yeah,
to choose from.
same.
All right, my last. I think I'm gonna go with unplanned trips. Like I know whenever I was in school, a lot of times we would just go to like, oh, it's Friday. You want to go get sushi at half price in Edmond? Great, let's do it. Or you want to go take a trip somewhere? Cool. Now that we're adults, it's a lot more like, I really got this the next morning, and I don't know if I
Yeah.
can swing it
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. You can, yeah. So it's a lot of,
Yeah, you're always just up for anything.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's a theme in a lot of these picks is that you in college, you're basically just like, sure, I'll do. The answer is always, yeah, sure, whatever.
You do whatever you want.
Yeah. Because who cares? There are no consequences. Man, I've got so many left that
Yeah, same.
none of us have drafted learning. That's probably, you
Well,
know.
what
I
do you
did
even-
put that on my list
what do
as
you
like an
even learn?
I did
emergency
too, but
last.
it's like low.
It is pretty low.
And I did like learning, like maybe, I don't know. Did I learn?
I don't know. I'm probably not. College is a scam.
Man, there's
Yeah.
there's so many things. I think what I'm gonna go with is the bar scene. Every school I mean, like, for us it's the Strip. Everyone calls it something different, but every school has that area where it's just that's where everyone goes at night. So I'm gonna do that.
It's a good one.
Drafted me the strip. Brent, you've got the last pick.
I think I'll do the reverse of that, but kind of along the same lines. The coffee scene.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah?
Yeah.
I work at a coffee shop, so I'm a little biased.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I mean, you can shout them out if you want to. What coffee shop you work at?
Balance Coffee,
Balance.
just right down the road.
Nice. That's
Okay.
the one on 9th Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, go check them out.
Cool.
Yeah.
They're not a sponsor yet.
Not
but
a
maybe-
sponsor.
Yeah, not a sponsor.
Brent, work your magic.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, the coffee scene. I mean, that's where all the studying happens.
Yeah, studying.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you actually do that? Like go to a coffee shop and study?
yeah.
Sometimes.
I didn't like it.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
ever want to go to the coffee shop. I don't know. I would go pick up coffee and then like go to the library and study.
I
But
go there
Go.
to say
Yeah.
I'm going to study, then socialize for
yeah,
several
exactly.
hours.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I was a nerd, so
Yeah, you got like straight A's your whole life,
sure did.
except for one.
Dummies. Brent, I don't know anything about you. You may be
Definitely don't
smart.
make A's.
I mean, it's taken them 6 years to do school.
Yeah.
How smart can you be?
Yeah. Man, I miss college.
Good times.
Yeah, last
was
night
fun.
was at the OSU basketball game, and we were looking at the student section, and I was like, man, I feel so old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like we haven't even been out of college for that long.
Yeah.
I've been out for, what was this, 6 years? Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah.
Oof. Yikes.
Math is hard.
Were you trying to figure out first what year it was currently? And
Yeah.
then-
And then what year, like, I graduated?
oh, John.
I feel old still being in the student section.
Yeah.
I'm taking a class with someone who was in 5th grade whenever I graduated high school.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Dang.
Wow. That would be a hard pill to swallow.
Uh-huh.
A couple others I had on my list. One was, and this was high on my list. I don't know why I skipped it. Was weird college traditions. So
Yep. Same.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was on my list.
I thought that
Like
was
OSU, homecoming,
Yeah.
tailgating.
I had the invincibility of youth. How, and I mean, that theme was kind of prevalent throughout, so I didn't go for it. But
Yeah.
just how, you just kind of thought that no consequences. I can drink what I want. I can eat what I want. I can
Yeah.
And then-
not sleep, and
Uh-huh.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. I had one of the things was like hanging out with your friends every day, but that was kind of I feel like that was already kind of
Mhm.
a theme. So,
Yeah.
And then naps. I put that on my list.
You really put naps?
Yeah, it's
That's
like-
awesome.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can take a nap. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, you're staying
yeah.
up like you're probably staying up till like super late anyway.
But
so-
it's no different from John's current life.
True.
Yeah,
He still takes naps.
I do sometimes.
Yeah.
And then like all the free swag and stuff you get, like
Shirts.
all this. Yeah, so many shirts or.
Oh, yeah. You
different
never had to buy
things.
T-shirts.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Brent, you have anything else that you had?
No, I went for the bare minimum.
Nice. Well, that is kind of the vibe of our podcast. So that's going to do it for episode 47. Brent, thanks for being a guest. Thanks for your service. And we appreciated you having you on.
Thanks for having me.
All right. See you later.
Bye.